Hello, welcome back to Mucky Hope Productions for episode 10. I had to think about that for a second. It feels like it's been 1,000 years. Episode 10 of Survivor 50. I have over here Jake. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
You've lived 1,000 lives.
I have.
We last saw you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think when the last episode was.
It was, I think it was right before Coach got voted, right before Coach got voted out. You haven't been here since Coach got voted out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed your big celebration.
Oh, and it was huge. It was huge.
Yep.
And as always, I've got Coach Drew right here. How you doing?
Good. I'm starting to get worried. I'm starting to get worried about another person now on this season potentially winning. So I'm sure we're going to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
We surely will. I was going to say so. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was right about the coin, Coach Drew.
You were right about the coin. Yeah, you were right about
the coin. I said there's been a coin in the opening credits. I, for a couple of weeks, thought they were bringing back fire tokens and hoping they wouldn't, because I never got into the whole fire token of it all. And then, lo and behold, there we had.
Yeah, you called that one, good for you.
Thank you. I don't get much right, but I got that. All right, let's start at the very beginning, guys. Now, we have a post-tribal, post-voting Christian out. Jake, we lost Christian last week. What are your thoughts? I assume you've been watching this whole time.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Wow. That feels like forever ago too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you guys talked all about the Jimmy Fallon of it all, and I texted quite a bit with you, Drew, about it as well. But, my thoughts are, I think it was just way too harsh of a twist. I think that given it was a puzzle and it was Christian doing it and he wasn't even close to finishing it, I have a feeling that they were kind of hoping that Hey,
a Jimmy Fallon fan in the back.
She's like, hey, don't talk about this twist. I have a feeling that they wanted the person to fail and have to, because I mean, I'll admit, in theory, making somebody vote for themselves is kind of funny, but the way it worked out that they had to, go back to camp and tell everybody, hey, sitting duck here, come and vote for me. Basically, just badly executed. And I'm sad to see Christian go, of course, because he's the best.
That's interesting. We didn't really touch on that much last week, how it would have changed if we were to speculate if he hadn't had to announce it to the group, if he just had to, he knew that's what he was doing.
He still had to do it, but not everybody knew.
Yeah, it would, and that situation would basically be like the same when you lose a vote, where you don't. I mean, some people do, but especially in that large of a group, you can kind of get away sometimes with saying, "Hey, I don't have a vote." Same thing I feel like would apply here, where as long as you don't have to tell people, you can kind of vote for yourself. And best case scenario, you only catch one vote. Now you've got people paranoid that people are just throwing rogue votes in the game. And they know it can't be you because you can't vote for yourself. That'd
be hysterical.
It would be great.
If he was Jeff read that Christian, he was like, oh.
One of you did it.
Who was that? Goes back to camp afterwards, like, who voted for me?
Who the hell voted for me? Yes, exactly.
Well, let's have a little look at everyone that comes back. Ozzy is triumphant. He is walking around happy. Emily feels defeated, lost. And Devons decides, well, let's get silly. I'm going to go crazy. Did you always see this coming, Coach Drew?
Yeah. Well, it's Rick Devens. And he even says, he's like, I've been trying to do this. It's like, no, no. Coach was trying to do his thing. Ozzy tried to be Oscar. Everyone tries to do something different, but inevitably old habits or good habits always come back. And I mean, honestly, he was the MVP of the episode as far as character. Like this was the Rick Devens episode, very similar to the episode in Edge of Extinction where he's hiding all the fake idols. Like this was a Rick Devens centric episode, and it's still boggles my mind that he has all of these haters. And I think it might be he's one of Jeff's boys. It's like, yeah, but like Colby's one of Jeff's boys. I don't hate Colby. Christian apparently is one of his boys because he get called Hibiki all season. I don't hate Christian. So I feel like a lot of hate for Rick Devens comes from the fact that he's best buds with Jeff, but like who cares? Like he is great.
How could you not be best buds with him?
But he's been great, and I think this was a perfect episode for Rick Devens, even if he potentially gets voted out in 2 episodes.
Well,
two
because he
has an idol. Okay. Yeah, I was like, that's a strangely specific.
No, he has not.
But yeah, that makes sense.
I was like, where was that leaked? Oh my gosh. So Jake, we see then Devens decides the jig is up with the fake idol. Let's just lay it all on Front Street. Let everyone know about it. A couple of things popped out to me from that. We haven't seen Devens searching for idols much. Now, there haven't been many idols played, but wouldn't he think there might be something out there, some sort of advantage? Do you think maybe he should Devens it out and actually start looking?
Yeah, I think that now that they know that it's fake, that he doesn't have, well, now he has a real one, but you know what I mean? That the one that he pulled out at Tribal Council was a fake. Because I think that he was probably wanting to all along, but first of all, he didn't want to get into that back into the old habits, but that ship's been sailed. And also if they see him looking while he supposedly already has one, they'd be like, why are you looking? If you know what I mean? I think that would have already given it away that it was fake, but now that they know, I think he should just start looking again. I think that he really should have just admitted that it was fake, like right after Tribal Council was over, in my opinion. That put such a huge target on him. I think that it was doing more harm than good at that point. So I'm glad that he finally was like, okay, I'm telling him, because I'm like, I thought that was long overdue.
Yeah. And the way he does it is in such great Rick Devens fashion of, what did he call it? I called it.
Joe was appalled.
And Joe Face is so amazing.
Not even $1 million could cheer him up about Devens.
I need Joe around for the main purpose of I need more Joe Face. It's one of the best things to come out of this season, because I don't remember Joe Face happening much in 48.
No.
And so and I think I texted Jake this. With Coach gone, Joe has just become so much more likable, even though his screen time is basically the same. He hasn't done anything different. He had the one joke about Devens finding the idol, but like Joe has just become so much more of a fun character to watch, and I don't want him to go. One, because of Joe Face, but two, because he just comes off as more likable now.
Yes.
And his hatred of Rick Devens, which we're going to talk about later at the Tribal, knows no bounds, and I need them both on my screen at least one more week.
His face at the auction was a roller coaster as well.
Did he buy anything?
I don't think he did.
I don't think he buy. I'm like, but to be fair, I guess he was just pocketing the money. That's what Jeff said. Keeping all the money. That's probably what he's doing.
I think he was scared. He looked terrified the entire time of just scared that something was going to jump out at him.
He doesn't like the seat or anything, and I feel like the way Jeff's teasing the auction. There could be some deception here, and Joe is all about no deception. So
I feel like Joe has to be a losing finalist. Like, I feel like it's happening again. Like, is I saw Stephanie's exit interview where it's like he told her literally right as they were going to vote, he leans over to her, yeah, so it's you tonight. And she's like, wow, thanks for telling me now. Like, amazing. Thank you, Joe. Honor and integrity. Like, it's because he wanted to, keep up the impression like, well, see, I didn't lie. I didn't lie to anyone. I told you were getting voted out. I'm starting to feel about him the way that you did about Coach, honestly. Like yeah, like when Rick Devens came clean about the fake idol and they cut to him and he was like, I just can't believe the levels of deception going on here. You signed up for Survivor. You signed up for Survivor, bro. Like, you saw what happened with Kyle and Camilla. You even talked about it yourself. You think that nobody else is going to do that? Like, this is like the most mild thing ever. Yeah, he told you had an idol, but he didn't. Okay, whatever. Like, I just like, I don't know. But to be fair, I can see the entertainment of it where it's like, he's just clueless,
Yeah.
So I do, but also Jake, I still roll my eyes whenever he says something stupid like that.
To your point, Jake, if we jump ahead, out of all the names that were sent out, and pretty much everyone's name was either said seriously or as a diversion, I did not hear Joe's name come up once, and he did not have immunity.
Because what's the point? Why vote him out? He's just begging to be dragged to the end.
So I think that proves your point. I think that we may see him as a finalist.
Joe has not watched the show since Borneo. If someone told me that today, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I believe that.
Who did he said something to somebody where he was like, your story, like, something I can't remember, or maybe it was Coach to Joe.
I think it was Coach to Joe.
Okay, where he was like, "Oh, your story, just like, and I'm pretty sure Joe had no idea who Coach was. Like, he really heard him talking about honor and integrity and was like, "Wow,
I got
this guy. This guy gets it. Whatever his name is, Benjamin. Benjamin gets it. Yeah. But like I said, I feel like for me, he's more likable now that Coach is gone.
Yeah, well, because he's not helping him.
Yes, that is.
And he serves face. He doesn't serve high cues. He serves face. Yeah. Well, taking it back to the Devens coming clean, there is one other point that is probably doesn't matter, but these little points, I'm like a magpie looking for a little like in the editing. What I find interesting is that Devens still took credit for the Billie Eilish Boomerang idol that he didn't find, that Christian found. Mm-hmm. And he said, when I found the idol, is that just, but to both of you guys, is that just a slip of the tongue, or is there still strategy there that he still wants to be the idol king?
I think it's a keeping up appearances thing. It's like, oh yeah, I lied about this, and also I lied about this. It's like, okay, what else have you been lying about? As long as it's just I lied about a fake idol, then it's like, okay, at base level, that means that it was a fake idol. We know that Rick Devens does fake idols because he's already done it before. Then you start peeling it back. It's like, okay, I also lied about this. Then it's like, okay, we can't trust this.
There's got to be some level of trust established, and I think that first, like, I completely agree with you, Drew. That, like, for some reason that's like a bridge too far. That I think that I think that he was unwilling to cross that of like, okay, let me just still keep up that appearance. Also, maybe for Aubrey's sake as well, because that's still somebody still somebody that he could like potentially. He doesn't want to alienate a potential ally. That's still somebody that he can go and say like, dude, I sent you an idol. Like we should, like there's still some trust there. You know what I mean? So, and if it turns out like, nah, it actually wasn't me this whole time, I lied, then she might be like, okay, I'm done. So,
well, since we're on the subject of Aubrey, did you guys feel that she was on this episode, she was on a making friends tour? We saw her snuggling up with Devons, snuggling up with Jonathan as always, snuggling up with Ozzy, eating the grub for Rizzo. Is she on a Miss Popularity tour?
She's going for prom queen. Yeah.
When I alluded to at the beginning of the episode, I'm starting to get scared that someone else is talking about her, because this episode was another one, or this one was the first time that I thought, oh shit, like, what if Aubrey wins? I don't know if I'm going to enjoy that either. Oh, I know I'm not going to enjoy that either. And especially because once again, we get a subtle dig at Michelle Fitzgerald, because she cannot stop doing it. But she adds a little, but what Michelle did was she made all of her big moves at the end, so maybe I should do this too. It's like, oh shit, that's a winner quote right there. Yeah, this was definitely an episode where I thought, oh yeah, it seems like a lot of people are starting to like Aubrey. It seems like she's really doing a lot to get people on her side. I know we talked about it last week about that weird scene that was shown but never touched on again of her and Jonathan saying, hey, like, let's do this. I think that she's doing basically what Cirie has been doing this entire time, but doing it later in the game that people like focus on it. And that scares me. But also, wouldn't it be cute if Aubrey and Cirie went to the final 6 again in another game together? Because we don't have to worry about any more twists, hopefully.
So I was gonna say, so we're at the final 9, right? But there's only 3 more episodes, or two more episodes till the finale. So are we gonna have a 7-person finale, or are we gonna have a double?
We'd have to have 2 doubles if they're doing the final episode at 5. Is that
we'd have to have both of them be double.
Maybe a meta deck?
Oh shit! Oh, not Cirie.
Oh my god!
Could you imagine, bro?
I assumed that the coin flip at the end, it was going to be something like, oh, and if it's tails, Cirie gets eliminated.
Specifically, Cirie goes.
Just Cirie, and that was how it was going to happen. So, well, that's the thing. If they're going to go into the 13th episode with 5 people, which is tradition, we do need to lose 4 people before then. However, I imagine they're not going in with 5 people. I imagine they're going in with more.
It's probably 6, because that's what they did in the 30s when it was the 20-person seasons. They would go into the finale with 6 people. So I just can't see them doing 7 unless it's like a really, really long finale. But also, that is too many people. That still feels like the middle of the game. That's not the end of the game. Final 7 is still like the middle of the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't give people much time on the jury either.
No.
Yes, definitely.
Just shoving them on at the end, which could be interesting perspectives. Let's move on to the auction. We had a good old-fashioned. I've drawn love hearts around the auction. It felt really old school. I was so excited when he said no one's losing a vote. All the chaos was silly. It wasn't game-changing, apart from, of course, the ending with Mr. Beast, but that felt different anyway. That didn't feel like it was a true part of the auction. There was no like, oh, you have an advantage. It was all food, grubs, really old school. Drew, did it take you back?
Yeah. And it started to scare me at first when Jeff like had to keep explaining the rules, because no one was like, you're just
good
saying,
and bad.
Yeah, Jeff, just say this, and so that scared me. And then as the auction kept on going, it's like, okay, yeah, like you said, the bad things were bad as far as an auction is concerned.
It's like, okay, you have to eat a sea slug or grub or whatever.
Something that looks like a piece of shit. Like it looked like
literally a turd.
But yeah, it took me back to he's a Jew and he can't eat the it took me back to that. It did, and This was, I think this was my favorite episode of the season.
Oh my
this was my favorite
gosh.
episode of the season.
Maybe besides Premiere probably gives it a run for its money.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Premiere was so good.
Yes. Yeah. I'll give you that.
Yeah. But I'm with you. I came away from this episode. My dad texted me and was like, I think that's the greatest epised of Survivor I've ever seen. And I was like, wow, Dad. He's usually, like usually
biased, Dad.
It's funny because I feel like whenever I talk to my dad about Survivor, he always like is really enjoying it in the moment. But then when you ask him like, oh yeah, how'd you feel about Rizzo last season? He's like, I don't really remember him very well. Or like he was fine or something, like very mild, very surface level, like, stuff. So for him to come out and say that, I was like, yo, that's crazy. Goes to show how good it was.
Exactly. And I think taking it back old school with the auction just was the cherry on the cake. I thought the cloches were lovely. I don't know. See, these are the things I noticed. The covers of the food. Cloches.
Is that what
they were
called?
Lovely? Yeah.
I had no idea.
I just called them covers.
They were lovely. And that excited me.
As soon as you said it, I'm like, what's that?
I was like, is that like a type of?
I think it's either cloche or cloche. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's a type of flour. It's one of the food items that I just missed.
I thought there was a disappointing lack of protein, mostly. I was looking at our gym bros.
But then they had like a specific like grilled chicken.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wow, this is like very 2026 moment. Like that I was like, okay, that's a sign of the time.
I can't remember who ended up. Yeah. And then we had Emily just basically buying diarrhea in the form of them.
Well, she didn't buy throwing up in the bushes.
Cirie got so much food. I'm like, you guys are just letting her.
And blankets. She came out on top.
But to be fair, they're probably not that worried about Cirie being that well fed, because of her challenge.
Challenge stuff, yeah.
Prowess.
I love that she's just like, pardon me, I'm good.
I'm gonna do this.
That was really good.
And then we had letters from home. Yawn, and everyone goes.
Okay, we all can't be heartless, but I thought they were really nice. I thought the letters were very nice. Cirie says her dad is one of you, I guess, who can't show that kind of stuff. So the fact that he did was amazing. Devin's talking about his wife. I thought it was cute, and they didn't. I don't know.
It went on long enough.
Yeah, it went on long. It didn't go past.
I was totally fine with it.
Yeah, it didn't go past that.
A lot.
Really? Oh my gosh! I don't know, Jake. If you know
I'm
that
a sappy
I have,
guy too. So
I can't stand I don't mind a loved one's visit. I liked it when the loved ones also get involved in the challenge. I liked that they used to do 1,000 years ago. Like 20 minutes for people hugging and reading letters? Come on, you're going to see them in 2 weeks.
Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you like it better where they get to see their loved ones for 1 second and then
No,
the heartbreak is way worse than that.
That's what I'm saying is I was rewatching some older seasons and I'm like, wow, they rip them away from them. There were, I think it was Exile Island.
Soon.
I think it was Cirie's first season, Exile Island, where her husband actually got to go back to camp with her, but I think it was Aris, didn't even get to hug his mom. One person, it was a decreasing levels of engagement that you got to get with your loved one, and the highest was Cirie's husband getting to go back to camp, and then Aris didn't even get to. He was could only be 20 feet away from his mom. I'm like, it's just
it was the Aris Terry fight where Terry's like, I understand that your wife matters more than your mom, and it's like, all right, that's
rewatching that, I'm like, how the hell did Aris win? He was such a little.
I mean, I understood.
Well, I mean, if I were there, if I were there on the island, I'd be like, Aris, give me a break, dude. Come on. Whatever, man. That's for another. Maybe I should come on Exile Island.
Exile Island. Yeah.
Unless you've already got somebody, but
everyone on this channel has free reign to come on whatever they want for the most part.
There you go.
There you go, Jake. I think that's an invitation if ever I saw it.
Pretty, yeah.
Just want to give a shout out to Hi Lolita, watching from Hong Kong. Have no idea what time it is. I can only keep track of 2 times. Yeah, it's probably afternoon, maybe. I'm going to guess it is 7 p.m. on Tuesday.
It says it's 10:30 a.m.
Yeah, it can't be 7 p.m. because it's 10.
I thought they were ahead.
It's you know that's hilarious. It's literally 7:30 p.m. in Arizona right now.
Yeah,
oh my gosh!
Because we're a day before.
Yeah.
There you
go.
It's
morning time for you on Tuesday, right?
It is 12:06 p.m. on Tuesday.
Okay, so midday.
Yeah, because I think we're just ahead of the world. I don't think New Zealand's later than us. That's where I get confused.
Yeah.
Because Mucky's 2.5 hours ahead of me. Anyway, but hi, Lolita. So, the letters from home is just super interesting. Glad we spend lots of time on that. It's like, call them in a week. Okay. And then we go straight into the immunity challenge, which I did.
Oh no, you forgot about Mr. Beast.
Didn't I say Mr. Beast? A very respectful Mr. Beast, I thought. We see our first Mr. Beast, and then he comes on and he just says a couple of things and he just smiles.
You guys were gonna hate me. That kind of made me a little sad.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah. When Jeff is sitting there like, oh, thanks for coming on our show. It's like Mr. Beast is sitting there making it known that, like, hey, I look up to y'all. And Jeff's like, oh, our tiny show Survivor. It's like, no.
So stupid little show Survivor.
No one even watches.
Off of. Like,
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Survivor's really like the inspiration for like Beast games or whatever, you know, like, and I know for a fact too that one of like Mr. Beast's friends that is like on all his shows and YouTube videos. I think his name's Chandler. Like literally the biggest Survivor fan ever. Like I'm sure that he was totally involved in this too.
And he's had Jesse on his show. He had Sifu on his show. Like
Sue was on it too. From
Sue.
Only 50 or only 40 years old.
And I said this last week. Like I'm a Mr. Beast person. I watched his YouTube channel. I didn't watch Beast games. I didn't care. And this is exactly what I was hoping he would do on the show. Just like, I'm not here to show up everyone. I'm here to do this, and maybe it works and maybe it doesn't. And I feel like, and I know we'll get to his second appearance in the episode, but like this first one was a good, even when he said super aware advantage or whatever it's called. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna hold out hope that this is not going to do something incredibly insane. And I mean, we'll touch on that, but like, I liked this first moment with him.
Well, I can't decide whether I would have preferred seeing all the letters from home and all the wang, or a 5-minute segment of Mr. Beast snorkeling and spearfishing. I can't decide.
Okay, that's okay. I mean, if that's the case.
You know, at this stage, I think both would have been equally as painful. But we got what we always get, which is crying and whinging, and I miss my. You'll see him in a week. Calm down. That's enough.
Do you guys think there's any possibility that? Probably not, but I'll just ask that there was more Mr. Beast content that was cut out in response to the backlash about the Zach Brown episode.
Probably not, because like, what else could there have been based?
That's what I was gonna
snorkeling and spearfishing.
That's what I thought of. That's what I thought of as I started asking questions. Like, I can't really think of what there could have been.
I think the issue is that it was a long episode as well, and at the end there was a lot of Mr. Beast in terms of what his purpose was to serve. It was a long segment, whereas the Zac Brown, it was a reward. They couldn't really linger on the reward. They certainly tried.
They couldn't.
But like, I think if it had been a Mr. Beast reward, maybe we could make the case that it might have been interesting to see how they edit that if we would have seen Mr. Beast snorkeling or whatever. But because it was such a huge segment at the end that went for nearly 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And to credit to this whole situation was always interesting, and we'll get to that. I don't think they could have risked showing more or even filming more, because they also knew that that after the immunity challenge, going back to the discussion after, was going to be interesting as well.
Yeah.
So there was going to be a lot of content. So having Mr. Beast snorkeling or spearfishing or talking about how much Survivor means to him, they might not have wanted to risk wasting his time to film it.
True.
Oh, good. Thank you. Yes, I'm right about something. So we have the immunity challenge. Again, we went for an old school auction to Jake, an old school challenge. Just no bells and whistles, just a couple of people on a little thing with a little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did it feel nostalgic again to you, Jake?
I feel like they do these types of challenges still, don't they?
Yeah,
but it's old school.
But I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, V, but I feel like what you're saying is it just felt like a pre-COVID episode, just from top to bottom of we get an auction that's an auction and not whatever the auction had become towards the end.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I'm sorry to bring it back, but I just want to comment really quick. What do you guys think of Jeff making it clear to everybody at the auction, you will not lose your vote? Do you think that they were trying to make some sort of statement about, like, kind of acknowledging that it was wrong of them to do it before? Or do you think that they really were just trying to be like, let them know, like, doing them a favor?
Yeah. Hey, sorry. You don't have to be paranoid about this.
Yeah.
I know what just happened last night with Christian. You don't have to worry about it this time. Like, we don't want to screw over too many people here, so you're fine.
And whoever is left with the most money at the end of this auction will be forced to vote for themselves.
We'll be forced to vote out Suri.
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting point, Jake, as well, because I think what we saw this episode, and perhaps why it felt so old school, is that there was a lot of lightness to it. Everyone was kind of silly, like in the old days. And perhaps they've noticed that towards the end, if people are thinking, I'm going to bid on something and it's going to be, oh, congratulations, you've lost your vote, people would go, the survivors would go, oh, well, I'm not going to, I don't know. And then you don't have as much of a dynamic option.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps he wanted to really lighten the mood, make it silly, and therefore, in my opinion, making it more fun and interesting.
Yeah. I agree.
Potentially a little bit of both, coming off this Christian situation and this, he wanted to go, relax, let's just have fun. Let's dance around for the cameras. Like when the whole total package to Jonathan was one of my favorite parts of the entire season, because I feel like you get a glimpse of the fact that you've got a group of people who know they're playing a game and they're somewhat putting on a performance a little bit. And at the end of the day, they could probably post-season all kind of get along. And so I think that lightness was what Jeff wanted to bring out to the top after the heaviness of eating a whole bunch of dairy products after not eating for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are we? Any more thoughts about the challenge, or are we on to pre-trial?
It was great that they didn't make them do like this is the perfect challenge to do after
they make them run.
Yeah, you don't want to do anything that requires them running too much or spinning in a circle or anything that could potentially lead to very bad outcomes. Just make them stand and balance something for 12 or whatever minutes it was.
They were nice. They were nice to the survivors this episode.
Yes. All around, they let them strategize. The only thing that they were paranoid, like, and I don't even think they were really paranoid with the Mr. Beast thing. I think Jeff just said that the reason this tribal has been so crazy is because the cloud of Mr. Beast. It's like, no, it kind of feels like this would have always been.
That's just the dynamics playing out.
Yeah, this has always been a thing. You've been doing this for 25, 26 years. No, the challenge was what it was. I feel like I am actively rooting for Ozzy in most of these challenges at this point, for the records. But good for Tiffany specifically because I got voted out this day last time, and she, even though she's still not getting as much screen time as she probably should, she she's winning immunities. So.
Well, there we go. Well, it was a little bit of also of a race against the clock for those who were soon to have gastrointestinal distress to get the challenge out the way where they could still stand upright before all hell breaks loose. Now we get back to the camp and we have the chaos, which they clearly, the edit wanted it to be chaotic. Fellas, was there anything that was like in that whole segment of however long it was that you went, oh, I know who's going home?
No, absolutely
because
not.
of the Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast really was the main reason, but even like I think it was Emily who was like or Tiffany was like assuming, like, put that out of the equation, who should we vote for? And then they had their discussion. So I was like, okay. So I was kind of thinking about it in two separate ways of like, Mr. Beast is probably going to mess something up with however that works, but also they're going to try to just vote someone out normally. And who that person was going to be, I had no idea for that one either. It was like, seemed like it was going to be Ozzy really for a long time. And then I liked the build-up. There was an interesting build-up before it was like name mentioned, and then a little while went by. Name mentioned. A little while went by. Name mentioned. Name mentioned. Name mentioned. Mentioned. Another one. Another name. Another name. Another name. It was like, okay, wow, yeah. It started off a little, like rumblings, and then it just all hell just broke loose. Even before Rick had the chance to blow everything up at Tribal.
At Tribal, yeah. And yeah, when Cerise, you do this, and then it gets Cerie's name, and it's like, wait, no.
Cerise just laying in the hammock, just
again,
dictating everything. I'm like, wow.
And Stephanie trying to confront her, and she's like, oh, you think I'm going to tell them that I'm not going to do it? Like, of course, like, come on. It was such a breath of fresh air because we have this Beware Advantage thing hanging over us, but like for me watching it, I'm not even thinking about it. And I know it gets brought up at least once, but I'm not thinking about this. I'm thinking about, okay, everyone has their vote. We've got 2 idols, we've got an extra vote, and we've got something else.
Yeah.
Steal a vote. Steal a vote. And I was like, this is fun. This is what this season could have been all the entire time of just let them do this because this was fun to watch despite Cerie's name getting brought up. And by the end of it, you're sitting there thinking, like Jake has said, and like your initial question, you don't know who's going home. You have hopes. For me, my hope was, okay, hopefully Stephanie goes home because Cerie found out that her name is out there. But that wasn't me saying Stephanie was going home. That was me saying, hopefully Stephanie goes home because she's now put Cerie's name out there. And that was it. I had no idea what was going on. And I think that's what made the tribal aspect before the Mr. Beast part even happened more fun. I think this is probably one of the best tribals of the season, if not the best tribal of the season, because it's just a whole bunch of mess. And then, as you alluded to, and we're going to get to it, the Rick of it all happens.
Now, before we get to tribal, I do have a question for you, Drew. Stephanie's lying was not good this episode, and Cirie lays it all out there. And again, at tribal, she's not a good liar. Now, we had Jonathan selling a lie to Stephanie about Ozzy, saying that Stephanie's name had come up. Is Jonathan a good liar, do you think?
Sure. Sure. I mean, if we're playing the comparison game, he's amazing. He's the world's greatest liar compared to Stephanie.
Yeah.
In terms of the game, if he was only trying to sell it to Stephanie, she bought it. So, yeah.
I think the problem. Yeah, I think the problem with Jonathan. So I think his lie to Stephanie about Ozzy saying her name or whatever was pretty good. You know, she bought it, so it worked. I think he's a pretty fine liar from what I've seen. It's when he's caught in like a hypocritical moment, like Rick calling him out or whatever, he just comes off as so whiny. Like when Rick pulled the fake idol out at Tribal, he's like, yeah, showing your true colors now, Rick. You know, it's like, you wanted to vote him out. Like, what do you mean? Like, I just think he can't be taken seriously when things like that. And I think that, honestly, getting a little ahead of myself here, but I think that Jonathan may have lost the game this round, if he even had a chance to begin with. But him tanking his jury vote with Stephanie, like he lost her vote tonight. Yeah, she's so pissed at, like, he completely threw her under the bus. He voted for her tonight too. Like, she totally took the fall for him, and like, and it was all based on a lie too. That they were even going after Ozzy, you know, because he said her name. No, he didn't. You know, so I think that Jonathan's toast unless he does something like amazing, you know, like, God forbid, like, takes out Cirie in like a crazy move or something.
3-2-1. Imagine.
Oh God.
My gosh.
Yeah. So yeah, Stephanie's not a good liar. Jonathan's probably a fine liar. To answer your question, I got a little bit of a ramble there.
Yeah, Jonathan's the GOAT.
Well, let's Jonathan's the GOAT. Why not? Let's move on to tribal. Is anybody having as good a time as Rizzo at that tribal? Just when Jeff mentioned that there was an auction, Rizzo's face lit up like a kid at like running home from a friend's birthday party, looking over to the jury like, they had a clown. And it was adorable just watching his face. He is having the best time.
Rizzo is all.
He had like 2 moments this episode. Like, I don't even know if he had any confessionals actually. But he had like 2 moments. One of them was what you just said, being super excited for the auction, but also the moment at Tribal Council with Mr. Beast and Rick Devens, where he was just like, let him do it. Let's let him do it. You know, like, this will be so good. You know, and he's just like totally just like taking it all in. He's just like, this is such a great moment. I love Rizzo.
Rizzo is our proxy.
He is.
Totally.
He's a super fan.
We're living vicariously through him right now.
Absolutely. Did you see on Instagram, he said when they were looking for volunteers for the coin, he looked over at Cirie and Cirie gave him a look that was like, to sit your ass down.
So good.
But I love that he had to check in with his mum for permission.
With his wife, right?
No, that's true. Yeah. I'm sure Ozzy would have done the same of like, can I? No. Okay, she says no. But really, before we get to Devon's moment, he absolutely decides to just fuck shit up in that tribal. And I miss tribals. Like, it's just when it's like, I'm just going to put everyone's business out, air all the dirty laundry. Yeah. It was a thing of beauty. I loved it. And that was a big reason why this was my favorite tribal ever.
I'm so with you. I think that this is like the antithesis of like what all the tribals have been in the past. This is just laying everything out there, you know, just basically just the truth, putting the actual truth out there instead of talking in vague, you know, whatever statements that mean nothing.
Politics speak.
Yeah, exactly.
Winners at War, Sophie saying, hey, how about the five of us go over here and talk like this? This is Hayden and Blood versus Water saying, hey, it's 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. Let's do something about it. Like,
that's a great tribal too.
And these are all examples of tribals where it's like, we're just gonna say this and maybe I get voted out here, maybe I don't, but at least everyone kind of knows this is what's happening, and we'll just kind of sit here and see what's up. I mean, even like Elizabeth and Dave versus Goliath, I feel like it wasn't to this extreme, but like I felt like she did that, and yeah, she got voted out unanimously, but like everyone kind of knew what she was saying was true, and she kind of put it all out there. It's I don't need this every week because I do feel like, okay, you're outing all the plans every week is not. But when we do get moments like this, it's like, this is great.
And I thought it was great too that like it wasn't really like everyone was actually engaging with what he was saying. You know, like Stephanie was like defending herself, and then Cirie was it Cirie where she was like, I think
Tiffany did it too. Was like,
yeah, and Rizzo too. Like, you know, Stephanie was like, I never say anybody's name, and Rizzo was like, really? Come on, like. I thought that was great. It was like Rizzo actually had the balls to like call somebody out that's like a, you know, legend of the game. You know, I was like, okay, yeah. He just keeps winning me over.
Yeah.
So, but
and again, we had Jonathan going, I can't believe a word he says. Just looking at everyone like, nah.
Everything he just said was wrong. Nothing.
Complete lie.
Nothing he said was right. Just like, come on.
And then we get to the coin flip where Devons volunteers himself. Again, nothing to lose. He elects that the beast head, if he flips it, it lands up. He is safe. He gets an idol, and the kitty goes to $2 million. Or if it's tails or the torch, elimination.
And what makes this different from, like, I still think it's a whatever twist. The fact that he offers himself up. Now, yes, they did choose this during the auction, not knowing what it was. Now that you know what it is, yes, someone is obligated to do this, or you're drawing rocks. Which all negative things with this are negative, and we could be sitting here being very pissed off. What I will say is because Rick knows what could happen, and the fact that he still says yes, I will do it, I'm more high on this twist than I could have been, and especially because of it's basically Jake used antithesis earlier. This is the antithesis of the Christian disadvantage last week, where like, hey, if you win, it's this, but if you lose, it's all of these things. This time it's if you win, it's all of these things, and if you lose, yeah, you're voted out, which is a big deal. But like, look at all these great things that will happen if you do win. I probably would have just gone to rocks or just hoped someone raised their hand, because I'm not raising my hand because I'm not.
Well, you don't know. Maybe you'll be in a spot like Rick where it's like, I basically have like, as of right now, my prospects are nil, you know, and Rick can correctly read that basically like unless I kind of do what I did in Edge of Extinction, I'm toast. Where I have to win immunity or get an idol. So I think he just thought, screw it, and it's Mr. Beast, and it's so. But to agree with you, they got lucky. Could you imagine if this happened a week later? Rick, let's just say Rick gets voted out instead of Stephanie. He's gone. And this happens the week after Final 9 or whatever. No one wants to do it. And they draw rocks and Cirie. And then she flips in and she's gone. Like that almost, the fact that didn't happen is like, wait, okay, this might be the one where she goes the distance, because if this didn't get her, then maybe nothing will.
So
did I just jinx it? Uh-oh.
I mean, it already happened, whatever. So like
that's true. Yeah,
the
outcome's already set. So what am I worrying about?
So is this twist more palatable because there was a volunteer and not a okay, so you went on a journey, Devons, and because you didn't do your puzzle, you now have to flip this coin.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Yeah. With Christian, he had no idea. He thought this was just a regular journey. Okay, maybe I lose my vote. Now I have to vote for myself and I have to tell everyone about it. They they did not make it clear whatsoever that this was going to be like they might as well have called it like a super journey or whatever. Like they called this a super beware advantage, because that really was like a pretty ridiculous punishment as opposed to the past journeys where you just lose your vote. Right. I mean,
yeah.
So that is what pissed me off so much about the Jimmy Fallon of it all, was it was not made clear at all. Didn't know about it. Thought it was just a regular journey. That's just not, and it's just not fair.
As it played out, he didn't volunteer for that either. They rocked off for it as well. Joe
they
said
did rock, paper, scissors. Exactly.
So it was luck.
I mean, he did
that Christian found himself there.
He did, volunteer to be one of the people that could have a chance to go, which, but I still think that it was,
it's different enough.
Misleading.
Yeah. Yes. And I agree with everything that Jake just said, because yes, the outcome definitely helps, but I feel like this twist, the most similar thing to it would be Do or Die. Everyone hated Do or Die from jump.
We have a comment from Ben.
Speak of the devil.
This twist is objectively worse than Do or Die. At least with that, you could opt out by not competing in the immunity challenge. Any talks of it being better is outcome bias.
Well, what I was ready to say, and it could be outcome bias, but not really, because both Do or Dies ended up working somehow both times. The person
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true, because the outcome was it
didn't have a negative outcome. I think because of how shit the twist was, where it's like, oh yeah, I think because we're now at season 50, where we're kind of programmed to think, oh yeah, they don't really care how people go home at this point, because we've gotten Do or Die, and we've gotten an hourglass twist and all this other stuff. This one's like, okay, well, at least there is a chance that something good can come of it.
Yeah, with Do or Die, did they get immunity too? I think
they were safe, and then everyone else had to vote. Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Sure.
Yes, it could be outcome bias, but
this is better. This is better than Do or Die.
I don't want them to do it again. I don't want them to do it again.
No,
they can sit at home now. But for a one-time moment, this was great.
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna be completely open. Definitely, the outcome is absolutely influencing me when I say that this was a success, and it is a success that they need to take and move on. Do not do this again. Do not push your luck, because this could be really bad if it happened again.
Yes.
Where, yeah, it could be bad. It reminds me of like Millennials versus Gen X, the rock draw, just rock draws. I mean, I understand rock draws because there has to be some way to resolve a deadlock tie. You know, there has to be, but it's just no fun when something happens like that. Because I would say, I don't know if I'd be walking away saying this was a good twist or not had Rick just been eliminated on the spot, but I think I would be like, you know what? That's fine. You know, I would have been like anticlimactic, definitely. But you know, it's like he volunteered. You know, it's the volunteering that makes it okay. That is the real crux, because the horror stories come as if it's a rock draw and they're forced to do it, and then it just ends up
Genevieve of it all as well.
Yeah. Oh, right. And also, I guess there's technically cheating if you're watching it live. I guess if you're watching it later, because you know this is a 2-hour episode. You know he's flipping this coin with like 20 minutes left.
Exactly. I was so tempted to pause it and see how much time was left. And I was like, no, I that will ruin it for me, because if there's 20 minutes, then he clearly stays.
I am going to admit I checked the time because I'm like, what's going on with this? So when I realized that he's just now going to flip the coin. Okay, so he definitely is safe, you know?
Yeah, well, I think for me, they're crying that he got voted up this way.
And that's a good.
Yeah, no, they spend
and he is your
20
mom.
minutes eulogizing him.
Yeah. I think for me, if he had been eliminated, yes, it would have been such an anticlimax. But the fact he threw that grenade in Tribal, I was already really, really happy with how the Tribal had turned out, because I love that when it happens. And just having a Tribal like that, it would have been enough for me. And then if he'd been eliminated, I think I still would have been okay.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah. Well, if he'd been eliminated, okay. If he had been eliminated via vote after doing that, that would have been fun. If he had done what he did, blowing up everything, and then only gets eliminated by flipping a coin, then it's like, okay.
But still, there would have been lasting damage that I would have very much enjoyed.
Yeah. The next episode would have been a lot more fun.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be like, you know, I wouldn't go grab a pitchfork and, you know, go to the internet and start screaming about how this is the worst episode, worst twist ever. Had that happened, had he been just eliminated on the spot too, I think I would have just been like, all right, that happened.
Which brings me to a point, a question for you, Drew, because you're plugged into the World Wide Web. Has there been much backlash on Mr. Beast? Or is the outcome was okay?
No, everyone loves it.
No, everyone loves it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not everyone. Well, yeah. Generally, it seems like most people enjoyed.
Yeah. And again, if it had been a different outcome.
Well, and I don't think they would have blamed him. I don't think they would have blamed him for it, because it never felt like he was putting himself front and center.
Yeah,
it seemed like he was making the players, and like Jeff's the one at Tribal. Jeff's the one that says, "Oh, like this is a crazy Tribal because of the Mr. Beast Beware."
Mr. Beast is
like,
near.
Yeah, it's like no, it's
the
not.
Monster. Mr. Beast was the monster.
10 years later, or 5 seasons, whatever. You know,
oh, that's right.
Yeah, way back in like 41.
But what I'm saying is, even if the twist had gone wrong, and even if Rick Devens goes home with the coin toss, I don't see people going after Mr. Beast, because he very much was a background character, and he actually showed up. Yeah. Billie Eilish got a commercial, so like she acknowledged the show finally.
Has she? I missed that. Has she acknowledged that the show exists?
I don't know what you got a commercial. Me and Jake got a commercial in the States.
Oh,
I always watch like 30 minutes after the episode airs so I can skip through the commercials.
Oh, okay. So right before the last segment of the show, Billie Eilish has a commercial and she's like, "Oh, hey, it's me, Billie Eilish. I'm a big Survivor fan, blah, blah, blah. Make sure to tune in next week for like a sneak peek at my new movie or whatever." It's like, oh, okay.
So when it suits her, right.
Yeah.
Fine. And I love Billie
Heard you
Eilish.
loud and clear, Billie.
But still. Okay, so we have Stephanie stealing Devon's vote, which of course, after all that,
game-changing move.
Loser. He might, to make this even more like shot in the dark, he loses his vote through Stephanie, but it doesn't matter because, as Emily said, she can't steal all of our votes.
Yeah.
So she ends up going home.
Oh my gosh.
Now, I asked you guys before Tribal if you could predict who was going home. After this all happens and everyone, it's a live Tribal, everyone gets up. Was Stephanie ringing in your heads, or were you still not sure which way it was going to go?
I was leaning towards Stephanie.
Yeah. I think at that point, you can't vote Rick, and really, they're going to vote Cirie. They're going to vote Cirie right now. Cirie doesn't just get voted out. That's crazy. It's Stephanie. And
well, clearly the Aussie talk had gone off the table because Aussie doesn't play his idol, and Cirie doesn't play what has she got? Extra vote.
Extra vote, yeah.
So it seems to me that the name going around pretty clearly was Stephanie.
Yeah, and she got called out. She got called out and got caught in a shit lie. Let's do this.
So where does this leave us for elimination for next week? Who do you think, if you were going to call it now, who's in a bad position?
I think that maybe we get yet another, maybe this is wishful thinking because I just don't want next week to be boring or predictable. Maybe we get yet another one of these votes where it's like, maybe Emily could now be the smokescreen because I feel like she's probably the next most obvious target after Rick, but Rick's got an idol. He's probably going to play it because he usually doesn't hold idols unless he has immunity. So maybe they could be like, hey, another time to take somebody out. So in that case, I don't know. Maybe
we see Aussie again come up.
Maybe Aussie comes up again. Yeah, with
this could be
Jonathan, Aubrey, and Joe. Maybe they try to do something with Devins and Emily. Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. Well,
yes, they have to get through Cirie first.
Yeah, and then yeah. 5 versus 4 though, because Cirie seems like Cirie's got Tiffany, Aussie, and Rizzo,
and Aussie's got Aubrey. Aubrey was snuggling up to him,
but she's also got Jonathan though.
She got Jonathan, yeah.
So it's like, who knows what? So maybe it is just Emily. I don't know. Or maybe they just force Rick to play his idol and Rick chooses who goes home. They're like, we're voting for you, bro. Play it or don't. We dare you.
Well, that's interesting, Drew. Who would Rick choose?
Probably Cirie, honestly.
Joe.
Like, just get this guy off my back already.
All right. Anything else you guys want to say?
I wanna get your guys' thoughts. The Aussie's idol and Rizzo's idol. How many, if either, are getting played? Not necessarily next episode, just for the season. Are either of them getting voted out with it in their pocket, do you think?
I don't think they're going home with them in their pockets.
No. I think, I don't think either one was going to the end, so I guess they both have to get played.
I could see Aussie getting to the end. I could see maybe, trigger warning, Cirie gets voted out at some point, and then Aussie's just kind of there after that. You know what I mean? So I could see him getting to the end that way. Rizzo, I just think that guy, he has, I just don't see him playing it. I think he's getting voted out with it in his pocket. I really do, Rizzo.
Okay. All right.
That's my bold prediction. So
well, there you go. Let us know in comments what you think and subscribe for Cheeky Naughty Times. Thank you everyone who was in chat today, everyone who watched live. Thank you so much. And also make sure you keep an eye on our Instagram because we've got a few things coming up. Monkey's been doing some fabulous deep dives with Australian Survivor players. So check that out on the channel. Drew is going into his burrow to begin the 50 and 50 as of Sunday for you guys, Monday for Aussies. So make sure you do that because that's going to be every bloody day. So make sure you tune in for that.
And in my last few days of freedom.
In last few days of freedom before you hibernate in your... I mean, it's a lot of Jeff Probst content that you will be consuming over the next, however, 50 days.
50 days, yeah.
You get to see him truly grow from a boy to a man in that time.
I think he's 39 during Borneo, so like even then, he's still older than me now at the beginning of Borneo.
Wow.
And he never ages. And he has fantastic his face got a little dodgy for a couple of years and now it's looking really good.
He looks good. He looks good.
He's got Tom Cruise's surgeon at the moment. He's looking fabulous. So make sure you tune in every day for that and join the chat. Keep Drew company in his time of need, in his hibernation. I'm sure there's other stuff to talk about, but thank you guys so much, Jake. Thank you for coming back from both fun times and bad times to join us today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Drew, as always, and we will see you all a lot next week. All right. Bye.